You know, ladies and gentlemen, the second season of Night Gallery's first episode had a myriad of different segments and plots, but one that stands out for a lot of people, and the blackouts on Night Gallery were terrible. This wasn't. Of all people, Leslie Nielsen plays the Phantom of the Opera in a blackout called Phantom of One Opera. Now, a monster was created on this because Leslie Nielsen at the time was considered a heavily dramatic actor. This was almost a decade before Airplane and Die Hard, Spy Hard, and Police Squad came out. In this setup, basically, he's the person playing the Phantom. He brings in an ingenue and threatens her, saying, you know, I am the Phantom of the Opera. You now belong to me. Decides to play at the piano. The woman takes off the mask. He struggles with her, and he takes off her mask. She's just as ugly as he is, and it's a match made in heaven. But this is done in less than 4 minutes, and it's quite effective. Especially the sight gags where Leslie Nielsen at one point, and this was just ad-libbed, he was trying to blow out the candle, but because the mesh on his face, the phantom mesh, he couldn't put it out. And literally the scene as you see it is how it appeared on screen. Now, what was kind of ironic here, ladies and gentlemen, the whole segment was a tribute to Lon Chaney, and the artwork that was done showed Lon Chaney in the full Phantom regalia. Like I said, it's well put together and uses the Phantom of the Opera music, and like I said, but I really think once Airplane came out and Leslie Nielsen was getting more and more comedic roles as his career went on, he knew how to hit these notes, like he still did with his dramatic side, like A Question of Fear, the famous Night Gallery episode that appeared well after this one in the second season. He brought the comedy this, and it was believable. It was a believable comedy. And no one had attempted to do kind of a comic rendition of the Phantom of the Opera mythos until this came along. Anyway, very little dialogue, mostly sight gags, well put together, and you know, Jack Leard was probably hit and miss when it came to these comic blackouts, but this one worked. I would like to see it if there's anything on the cutting room floor that would show a little bit more of the comedy that allegedly Nielsen did, because in Scott Skelton's book on the Night Gallery, it refers to this as probably one of the most energetic shootings of second season. You know, it went well together, and everybody was having a laugh on and off screen. Like I said, well put together, and the makeup was tremendous in here with the limitations of NBC Universal. So Phantom of One Opera, I'll give it 3 stars out of 4. Again, what it needs to do, it does, and probably the best comic blackout on Night Gallery, which is not saying much. It's like having one good apple in a batch of 12 rotten apples. If you like what you're doing here with our Night Gallery podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Happy Thanksgiving in the States, and don't forget, requests are always appreciated and always highly considered. Thanks for listening. Bye.